Hello! Welcome to Fabled 42, where we build community through friendship, gaming, and chaos. Cheers, welcome, howdy. How y'all doing?
I'm great. I don't know about you guys, but what's the
Fantastic.
chat doing?
Awesome. Well, let's go through announcements real quick, and then we will get started. What is this? This is Heroes of Salon. This is a project brought to you by me, Family Fantasy RPG. I wrote quite a bit of stuff. And Wildspire Miniatures, they put out little plastics, like kind of match the content, which is kind of cool. So you can check out a lot of the content online. The Drive Through RPG has a lot of stuff. Thanks. Actually, that's a good question. I've been messing with the sound, so if there's some sound stuff, please let me know. Next, while I mess with my sound.
Griffin Co. is up next.
Griffin Co. Yes. All right. So this stream is sponsored by Griffin Co. Special is our sponsor. All the 3D printed terrain that you'd see on other shows, not this one because it's Roll20, has been brought on by Griffin Co. Use the promo code Fabled42 for 22% off your purchase. So.
Thank you.
Awesome. And we also have Underground Oracle supporting us. Check out Underground Oracle if you need 5th edition resources for both sides of the screen. And also, they're having a massive giveaway to celebrate hitting the silver medal on their Creature Companions, a new option for any class. So there's also Underground Oracle's Road to Electrum giveaway. And 10 lucky people will win the prizes, and they will be sent digitally. So anyone in the world can end, although there's probably some red tape for somewhere in Canada. I'm not sure the details on that. We'll hear soon. So there are tons of ways that you can heighten your chances of winning. So you can do it through entry points. And one of the ways is also by following our Twitter at Fabled42. And then for other chances to heighten your chances of winning, follow the link in the chat. Can somebody drop a link in the chat for us? Per favore. But hurry, because there's only one day left to enter.
Hurry.
I just opened the link so I can enter it after my game. All right. The next wonderful sponsor of the night is Nine Realms Gaming. They make handmade, beautiful projects from natural woods, like dice towers and dice trays, DM screens, really, really cool, wonderful stuff. And you can get 10% off if you use the promo code Fabled42 on your next purchase. So go check them out, ninerealmsgaming.com.
Great. Okay, and special thanks to our sponsor, Critical Dice. Go ahead and enter !critical in the Twitch chat to enter the first giveaway of the night. We will call a winner after break. Please stick around until after break as you can enter !critical a second time to win a second giveaway of the night. Please note that our giveaways are for US and Canada only, and Quebec is unfortunately excluded due to their laws. Help support the channel by clicking the link in the Twitch chat for 20% off all non-subscription items.
I knew there was a Canadian caveat. I just
always Quebec.
Those Canucks.
Canadian caveat. I just love that.
Also, speaking of Critical Dice, don't forget to swing by on Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific to watch the latest episode of Duke City Chronicles with the Monster of the Week campaign with none other than Jason Russell, the owner of Critical Dice, as the keeper. And then also swing by on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific for Crypt Creatures, which is our homebrew campaign DM'd by MZ Dusty. We pride ourselves on bringing a wide range of quality storytelling to those eager to join us for the adventure. So come along with us.
Yeah. And if you can't come along with us, why not check it out VODs on YouTube? So you can catch us. This session here will be on YouTube 6 a.m. Pacific Friday, which is a pretty quick turnaround. So you can also check out all of our past episodes. This is 3, so all of our past 2 episodes, as well as any other show aired on Fabled 42. So go to subscribe to our YouTube today so you don't miss out. Finally, here on Twitch, if you'd like, subscribers can give out 1 luck and inspiration to the players or me to help them out on their journeys. There's also channel points that you can redeem for such giveaway or such rewards. What boons? What are we gonna call them here? All that good stuff. All right. Well, we're gonna throw it to an intro real quick. We're gonna throw it to an intro real quick. We'll be right back, guys. We'll see you in a second.
Solon, a world caught just outside the blessed fields of Elysium. Home to the migrated Gardenals, celestial animal kin searching for adventure. The Sun Guard are the protectors of this realm, standing against the forces of evil that seek to disrupt a lasting peace. It has been over 100 years since Bel's dark invasion faltered at Boiler Bay. In the north, Pelor's warming glow bestows prosperity to the nations of light. But in the south, a new story unfolds.
Awesome, guys. Welcome back. G-Dubs, is this better? Is my mic better? I will go ahead and go as if it is, but let me know if not. So, a little recap on our last episode of Heroes of Solon. We joined in as our heroes were in the midst of a obstacle course job application. It really has multiple meanings. Festival. People from town came out. What it turned into was some people that how do I say this right? Many of the group here managed to dodge what seemed to be obstacles set up by certain groups or members of the population. Although they did see here and there a few blockades or a few stunts, most of them managed to get around them pretty quickly. This kind of chase, the first part of this chase ended as people entered the Tower of Shar outside the gates of Gorespire Keep. Look at those guns. Yup. And they had to make their way through cultists with pugilists almost. These men and women in robes, black with purple neon lining, mostly sleeveless, sometimes showing midriff, sometimes with long slits in the skirts to show leg. Shay, so people from the party got into this tower in an order. And Shay was the last one through, contending with several of the adventurers, not initially part of this group on screen, but that were also here for this tryout. Now, we are going to go back just a second, because I feel it's a little unfair to say that the people that made it there early didn't have time to do something. So I'm going to kind of go in order real quick. But real quick before I do that, why don't we have everyone roll initiative? This is just going to be, this won't be going right into effect right away. This will go into effect here once we actually start the action back up. We are going to kind of take a step back and establish kind of what people were thinking and doing. So I'm just going to go in an order real quick. John, Lupin.
14.
14. Shay.
19.
And eventually let me do this real quick because it's important. For some reason I didn't know your character's name for a really long time.
It's okay. I'm not.
Okay. Who else do I need? Calliope.
Cherie is 13.
13. Envy.
14, which
Y'all are
is
all
matching.
Yeah, y'all are all right there.
So-
Vesta.
21.
Snap. Okay. So I'm gonna do my best to remember the order of how you guys entered. So I'm gonna say Lupin. I know this one to be true. Lupin, You entered the tower. You were faced with the challenge. The first person in front of you gave you a little bit of trouble just because you didn't know what to expect. But once you realized what they were doing, you were able to push your way past the obstacles before anyone else really got into the tower behind you. So I would say you were first on top. You see the 3 cultists standing in the middle, and they kind of motion you to to a location on the outer ring. Is there anything because you were first, I'll give you kind of 2 things here. Is there anything you want to do kind of in the time before the next person arrives? And this could be anything. This could be investigation, perception, insight, history. What are you doing as you are the first one up here waiting?
I guess I would try to perceive who these people are, and I guess, is there something above us?
Yes. So go ahead and give me the perception roll, and then I'll remind you kind of the layout of what you saw before, and then what you might have now gleaned. That's such a good word, gleaned.
Perception. 14.
Okay, so on where you are on this it's like a destroyed second level of the tower. There's walls of differing heights, jagged pieces where some large portion of the tower fell at some point. There are 3 anchor points on this platform, and I probably should draw them here. So let's go ahead and do that. There's going to be little circles in red. At these anchor points, there are large chains spanning 120 feet to a floating platform. It's not quite as big as the circumference, the area below it. It's a little smaller. And there's it's a circle, but then there's just a little inlet missing from the circle that seems to be like a platform or like a ramp up to that. And you know from seeing this at a distance that it's hard to get a good angle to see it, but there's some structure up there. It's some sphere of metal is up there.
Can I see? I mean, I can't see through it though. It's not translucent or anything.
No, it's not. And you do see on the bottom of this stone slab that is above you, there is large runes alight with purple and cracking blue energy, seemingly keeping this thing afloat.
Okay.
We have some sub perks to go out, I believe. I saw inspo to envy. Yep, thank you. And sub perk. Is sub perk one or the other? We'll say inspo to Shay.
Okay, thank you.
You can also give. I don't know if sub perk is also that other thing. Inspiration. So that's what you see above you. The cultists, I keep saying cultists, it's just because that visual you get in your head, right? Anytime there's multiple people wearing similar robes, you kind of go to that mindset. But these are wearing robes, and they're standing patiently. 2 of them are female, seemingly, and one of them is a little hard to determine. A slender form, similarly dressed as the 2 females, but like certain features that might tell you male. As you take your eyes away from this center platform, you look around on the ground, and you see that there are people there's contestants streaming out of the gates, but you can see you can see kind of beyond the gates in different parts of the town, especially over near the keep, where when you left was a large gathering. Right. It's a clear enough day that you can see that gathering has pretty much dispersed. There's a few stragglers, but it's pretty much dispersed.
Having been about town a little bit, do I recognize these people in these robes as affiliated with anyone?
Yeah, these are definitely Sisters of Shar. This is the group that inhabits Shar Tower, and you would know the name of the leader because you would have heard it around. Their leader is named Varaka, and you actually did meet her last time.
Okay.
Now, I don't remember exactly who was second, if anyone, Vesta, you were second up into the tower?
Yes.
Okay, so as this red-haired form ascends the stairs, you recognize her from the gathering, but you weren't tracking her. She wasn't up near you when you were going through the town, so you may be kind of surprised that
He
she's
definitely
here
saw
next.
me because I was an owl with legs.
That's
he watched
right.
Me
Never
take
mind.
A tumble.
You are 100% correct. You saw that whole thing. So now, John, I'll give you another chance. This is now another interaction, and Vesta, you now have a chance to say like what your priority might be as you come up, seeing that you are the second contestant here. And you can also move. I'll let you guys move. If that's not exactly where you'd want to be, I could say you would be in a different position, and I can move around you.
No, I like where I am. Would I have known the things that Lupin knows?
No, you.
Because I'm new to town.
You are new to town. You saw the tower as you were coming into town.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of knew the layout-ish of the tower. That there seemed to be some broken structure with that floating platform above it.
Okay. Do I recognize the cloaky people at all? Great.
Shay, you're getting a lot of stuff. You got another.
People really like Shay.
What is it? I just see my name.
You got
Subper
Luck and
point.
inspo, and then
another luck.
I got luck.
Inspo and luck.
So I think you're up to 3 lucks.
No, I have. Okay. Will somebody just repeat it one more time? I heard all of you at once.
Sorry.
It's okay.
luck and inspo,
Thank
and
you.
then a luck.
Perfect.
As well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sweet.
It's in the
Thank you,
within
chat.
the Zoom chat too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Ash.
I'm going to just stand where you've put me. I like that spot, and I'm going to just put out my hand and have a ball of flame up here. Cantrip, produce flame,
Mm-hmm.
and just stand there and watch.
I would like to investigate one of the chains.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Oh, hey, that's a natural 1. So 5.
You reach your hand out and touch it, and you think you just want to give it a tug. You give it a little tug, and it is taut. It is strong.
Cool.
Yeah. All the information.
I know.
Okay.
All of it.
Does anyone remember who was next? By any chance?
I know it was me. I'm last.
Birdman?
If not, we're just gonna go kind of in a general order. I believe
feel like it was the Birdman. Was next.
Birdman. Okay. So we'll say.
And then Calliope and Envy.
Okay, so I know what Theo does. So let's go to Calliope. Calliope, you ascend the stairs after busting your way. You kind of had fun with those pugilists downstairs. You really just kind of like took steps and leaned your shoulder in and really gave them. You were just kind of knocking them out of the way here and there. You make your way up the stairs and you see these people. It's the Vesta, Lupin, Theo, the stork-like Birdman, and now you are joining the ranks. As you take a spot, is there anything in particular you would like to do?
Do I feel like I'm in danger? Well, no, I mean, like, based off of like these kind of cultist looking people, do they look like they're about to do something violent is the question I will ask. To me, do I perceive that?
Yeah. Give me an insight check.
Oh, that was a natural 1 with, so that was 4 total.
Wait, just to be clear, first 2 rolls of the evening have been natural ones.
Get him out now.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
As you're kind of looking the one in front of you over, this is the figure that it's hard to determine male or female. You catch the face and like the eyebrows, they're dyed and like they're dark purple and they keep going down the side and then swoop like under the ears. And he
All right.
flashes you just like a big smile, just like a confident, just big toothy grin. Not like deceivious, just a smile.
Just a smile?
Just a smile.
Okay. I mean, I've got my great axes like tight in my hand, but I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens now.
Okay. Stacks. Envy.
Ooh. So I have, if I remember correctly, used up a lot of my sorcery points. So I would be kind of restructuring those a little bit. I think I have one more first level spell slot. So I would get like 2 back, and then I would cast True Strike on myself.
So you're ready to strike.
Yeah.
What does that just what does that look like for you? What is you have your bow in hand, right?
Yes. So as he does the thing with the sorcery points, he would pull out his bow, and you would see him kind of like not drawing back an arrow, but like having a mixture of like an arrow ready or in the readied position, just in case. And his eye might like give a little glow sheen, a little twinkle in the eye when the True Strike is ready.
Gem-like eyes, little twinkle.
For sure. Okay, I believe it was somewhere around this point that Raishal Githyanki made it up the tower as well. And you see as he ascends, again, his face, he's serious. He's sweating brow. He's panting just the slightest bit. But he confidently strides over to where he is standing right there, and he takes a look around at the group. That's everyone but Shay. So Snickers and Lisso and Killjoy, they joined. So if I remember right, Lisso was before you maybe, but then the other two were behind, or were they all three behind you? You might have beat all three of them.
Who are you asking me?
Shay, yeah.
Yeah, I think one of them entered the chamber first, but I got up the stairs first to this room.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah.
Right.
So, even
Because
though
I walked up looking like Lord
yes,
Lutheran
so that's
Havoc.
also very important. You ascend the stairs, still in disguise, still. And the face that you immediately catch, it's perfect line of sight here, is the Githyanki, and his face just.
Okay.
And he is dead staring you.
Okay.
Where do you go?
Quick question about, so there's the 3 cloaked hooded figures, and I thought I remember at the end of the last session there was something about a feathered creature.
We're still kind of backtracked a little bit.
Okay, I
We'll go
apologize.
forward to that point. No, it's okay. It's good to clarify.
Okay.
Yeah, so yes,
So-
go ahead.
Upon advancing up the stairs, all I see first for this backtrack is everybody in the room, the 3 cloaked mages. I think I would walk up.
You don't
and-
see Killjoy, Lisso, or Snickers. Those 3 come up behind you. So it's everyone
you.
but those 3. Yep.
Thank you. Okay, so Shay, but not Shay. Lord Ulcer Havish are at the best of her remembrance of what he looked like and what he was wearing. Would come up the stairs and I think look around and look to the hooded figure that maybe looks in charge, maybe the one in the center there, the one that I think looked like a guy.
The one that
One
looked
who-
a little more masculine. Okay.
And the confident smile that gave, and just say, couldn't help myself. I had to get a better view of what was happening. What better view than front and center, and then like lean up like he's gonna watch.
Immediately, like just waiting for you to finish the thought, the Githyanki yells out, "You disrespect my father. Drop it now."
What do you mean?
Drop it.
Can I still try and like pretend?
Go for it. Give me a performance check at disadvantage.
Okay. So
because all you've heard of this Lord Ulstron Havish
right.
was his speech. That's what
You're
you have to
absolutely
work on.
You're absolutely right. So, because I would have disadvantage from you, I actually have advantage on these type of rolls. So just a straight roll.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh, not good.
Good.
But I still get to turn it into still an 18. So I have
rolled
the
at
silver
advantage and
Huh?
Go ahead and say what you're saying. Go ahead and say what you're saying. I want to hear this.
Oh no, I just wanted to tell you how I got to the 18 even with a bad roll.
I believe you. You're pretty hard. Yeah, no, I know you have the potential to do it.
So, yeah, she rolled an 18.
So, what do you say? I need to know what you say.
Son. Focus. The event. That's it. I'm just trying to like impose superiority that a father and like his position would have, like.
Okay. So when you say that, his face, he is struck just like he doesn't know what to do. His face is just locked in this gaze of just confusion. And when you say focus, you see that it seems like he's made the decision. It's not important right now. Whatever this is, I do need to focus. So he's gonna focus.
Okay. And then this is just our like free action before we start initiative.
Yeah, this was just like I wanted to know because
okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, then that's
it.
And he just like I said, like kind of just is ready to see the combat unfold. Like he's just there to watch.
Okay. As you stand there, within the next couple moments, 3 more people make it up the stairs, completing the 10 spots for this final challenge. As Killjoy comes up the stairs, is it 9? I thought I counted.
I mean, if.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. But the events did happen. You are very right. The events did happen, and y'all saw the figure with the feathers, the plumage, the purple mohawk of feathers that go down, starting from like the bridge of the beak, a very thin line that gets wider and wider as it goes down the back of the head into the shoulders. She lands and tells you that the 7 positions are at the top of the platform, and the 3 hooded figures in the middle of the map started chanting and casting a ritualistic type spell, and you guys noticed as runes on the map light up with energy, and you hear this as all of a sudden you feel the weight of everything, of life, of being start to lift, and you realize your feet are losing contact with the ground.
Is a feather stiff as a board? Like is a feather stiff as a board?
So this is where we will begin initiative.
Great. I love the music so much.
Vesta.
Fuck, it's me first.
Oh, but I did want to say this. As the orc did run up, the first thing he said was, "Where is she?" That's important. All right, Vesta.
I'm just gonna let go of that fireball as my action.
Where's it going?
Oh no, fireball! First thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it at
It's not a
the
real
hooded
fireball.
person close. It is just a produce flame fireball. It's not as exciting as a real fireball. It is the cantrip version. It's like fireball light at the bottom cloaked person.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna roll on my dice on this.
Is this a to hit, or is this a
Yeah,
saving
this
throw?
is the hit, so that's a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
2d8 of damage. That is 9 points of fire damage. Damage.
All right. So y'all watch as Vesta shoots, or is it a shoot? Maybe you describe. You throw. You lob.
Vesta has been playing with this fire very, just like, haha, I'm fiery, and then just releases it and it at the person, right into their chest.
The ball of fire gains speed. She flicks it, and it's just like whoosh, it is gone. This figure in the middle is focusing on spellcasting when all of a sudden clothes ablaze with fire, and you hear, "What? Hey! What?" As that figure is very much on fire.
And just as a reminder, anyone who is resistant to fire is not resistant when I hit them. So, just in case.
Okay.
And
Also, just real quick, you notice as the figure reacts to the fire, the room that's like right under Calliope fades for a second. It's not gone, but the intensity is way down, and you see the platform. Two of the chain that's right there. You watch as it slowly moves, and the platform. You look up and you see the platform tilts just a little bit and is starting to sway towards the center. And the large bird figure that addressed you turns at you and says, "Hey! Don't attack my people!" And she'll get a turn. I didn't roll initiative, but she's going to get a turn now. Anything else you'd like?
yeah, as a bonus action, I'm gonna summon my wildfire spirit.
What is your wildfire spirit? I'd love to know.
At the moment, it feels really appropriate for her to look like a owl.
Cool.
It is a flaming owl.
So a flame owl, that is awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to work on some art.
That
some
sounds
art ideas for that.
beautiful.
So
oh gosh.
we'll say like
I'm gonna come up with
as
something different. It'll change every time she summons it, but right now she's real set on the owls.
so you call out to your companion, and y'all see the fire still licking the robes of this figure in the middle, flare for a second and jump off, spinning as wings flop out of the fire, and it glides over towards Vesta. Anything else?
No, I think that's is. We're trying to get up onto the platform that is hovering above us. Is there any? Does it look like there's any viable way to get up there?
Give me a perception check.
Great. 14.
14.
Dang, that's a natural 1.
Oh,
Again? No way.
guys, maybe give your dice a little bit of warm touch for a second. Like, acknowledge their feelings as inanimate objects. this was for perception, right? No,
Yeah.
you are looking around the chain.
Okay, cool. I'm so distracted by my own fire that I don't see anything.
I mean, it's even on a 1, you put together that if you were to climb the chains, you would make it up. I mean, eventually you'd make it up there.
Okay. Okay, I'll ask my next question on the next round. Great.
Shay.
Right. Shay, still looking like Lord Havish, is going to... Actually, I have a question. If I want to hold my action, can I still use a bonus action?
Technically, yes. It has what you're holding has to be an action. But yes, you could still use your bonus action now, and movement still holds your action.
Okay.
Which, just to clarify for rules, how I do rules, delaying your turn moves you down in initiative, but holding an action doesn't change your initiative. So you'll still have your initiative order. But if you're holding a spell, whatever action you have does, if you don't use it, it goes away. If it's a spell, that is a spell slot used. Because basically, holding an action of a spell, you're casting most of the spell in your
Understood.
last facility.
Okay. I will go ahead and, like, confidently, like, just like they're not a part of the combat, walk over. Where's my movement? All right, still learning D20. Roll 20. I guess we're not. So is this chain accessible right here?
The one, yes, you could get to it. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to get to it and start. Before I start climbing up it, I'm going to turn to Lupin.
Hold on, before you do that, because as soon as you take your first step, you feel your weight going forward as your second step to move doesn't connect. Your like 20% of your weight is for that second step, and all of a sudden you realize you are about to be free floating.
And I grab for the chain.
Grab for the chain. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay, not my strong suit, but that's what we're here for. To have fun. Acrobatics or athletics?
Yeah, whichever you go.
We'll do that's a 12. Oh wait, I'm gonna add an inspiration dice. Thank you, chat. 12 plus 3, that's a 15.
15, you do. Kind of like, as you're realizing this happened, luckily you didn't like push up yet, and so you're able to get the foot on the ground. You're able to kind of lean and wait for that last second to where you push, you get a little bit of an angle. And you go a good like couple feet in the air with your legs kind of bowing out as you reach the chain. Yep.
So is it like I'm holding onto it and my feet are almost like being like lifted behind me kind of thing?
It's okay. It's more of a momentum thing.
Okay.
Okay. There's gravity is not a thing here. It is if you are floating in space.
I mean, I knew that, of course. I'm gonna start going up the chain, but before I do, I'm gonna turn to Lupin, who's right there, and just like give him like a little smirk, go, nicely done getting to the tower first. And I'm gonna inspire him. So bonus action, you have now a D8 inspiration die. And then I'd like to start going hand by hand up the chain with the rest of my movement, but I'm not sure.
All right, we're gonna say, because this isn't like running.
Yeah.
You can go up the chain. Everyone can hand over hand move up the chain at half their movement speed.
Okay, so just you tell me where I'm at my next turn.
Well, no, like how much movement did you have left on the ground?
Well, it looked like I was right there. I looked like I was 5 feet.
You probably moved
from...
5 feet, right? So your
and I
pace,
30
30,
feet
so
total.
25. So we'll say 10, a little more than 10 feet up. You are kind of climbing. You're swinging your legs down, maybe to like do both, but like you're starting your legs.
Okay, and I will just hold my action if somebody attacks me, that I will attack back. But I'm holding my action and just going up the chain. Or
the action is what, to attack? I would say to do hand over hand, you wouldn't be able to
That was
attack it in your hand.
Then I guess I don't want to hold a spell because I'm really low on spell slots to get through that race. So I'm just gonna. That'll be my full turn.
Okay, perfect. 10 feet up a little bit is Shay. Next,
I
jump.
forgot when I summon my wildfire spirit, anyone within 10 feet of me needs to make a dex save. So is there... So
From where it summons?
Yeah.
So me.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I summoned it behind me.
Okay.
Just so that we don't have to retroactively roll anything.
I like that. Yeah. We'll say, just for fun, we'll say before you lob the globe of fire, the owl formed out of that.
Perfect.
So, but like, yeah, cool. That's fine. We'll make it to where it didn't hurt anyone. Okay. That leads us to Lisso. Lisso feels the effect, and she is going to attempt to run to the same chain that you are at. So that's going to be an acrobatics check. Oh no. Okay, so she runs and she kind of like stays on the lip, and you see that like she reaches down and she actually grabs the lip of the stairs as she's moving, and it kind of keeps her to the ground so she can maintain momentum on the ground as she kind of shuffles. And then as she reaches where the stairs go down, there's no more hand grip. She lunges out and connects as well to the chain. I'm just gonna have her right next to you, and she is going to dash. So she quickly makes her way. She's not. No, let's. Yeah, she's not going to do that. She's gonna use her bonus action to dash. And so she's gonna go up. I'm gonna give her a chance to go maybe. Okay, yeah, she does. So you see, she scurries past you, Shay, and she looks like she was able to make it an additional 20 or 30 feet even beyond you. Her small, diminutive form able to make her way. No, she's the. She's not small. Sorry, she's normal height, thin life form, corded muscles. But she is making her way up the chain as well. Indeed.
Maybe we will go with. Oh. So I still have the True Strike. I will try and shoot an arrow at kind of like a notch in the chain so that like there's a grab hold point.
I like it.
Just in case I start like floating up, I'll have a further reach out thing.
So the one right next to you?
Yeah, that one in front that's like by the statue.
I mean, you can shoot it, or I would say even two. I mean, you can just take the arrow probably. Like, you want to do it further up? Do you want to shoot it like maybe?
Yeah, like further up from me in case. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack. It's not a difficult attack, but threading the needle on the chain is a little bit more difficult.
And do I still get advantage from the True Strike?
Yes.
Okay, so it's 25.
Yeah, I mean, describe exactly what you want. I mean, that gleam on your eye as you draw the bow flashes one more time, and you're watching just that shing. And then what else? Where does it go exactly?
If it's like the interlacing chains, I want it to go like through and kind of like wedge in between two of the conjoining pieces, or like wherever the whole part is, and just kind of like stick there as an anchor.
I'll say, as you shoot, that's as that platform kind of tilted, and the chain went a little slack. And when it went a little slack, you saw some of them disconnect for a second, and you aim, and you shoot right there, right as it kind of tightens up again, and that stops the arrow, and you hear a crunch. Like it's in there really good, but it crunches a little bit. You see it just kind of, but it's there.
Okay. Then I will try and move forward, like leap forward and grab on to the chain, keeping an eye on the arrow one just in case like I lose footing, or well, not footing, obviously lost footing if I lose my grip on the chain.
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Hey, guess who rolled Nat 1? I'm in the club, guys.
Oh my gosh.
That's a 5.
Who hasn't? Three.
Me?
That's 3 of you have, right? I think 3. Okay.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
No, even Ashley did.
All right,
Before.
so you see where you want to go on the chain, and you do like a squat plant, and your momentum goes, but you didn't take in the fact that the chain slants, and like you almost miss. Like you realize it quickly that if you don't act quickly, you're gonna miss it. So you have to reach out, and because you weren't expecting to reach out that early, you grab onto the chain and your feet keep going, and you kind of slam your side against the chain in an awkward twist. You like wrap your tail around to try to like, and like your legs are right there, your tail's there, your legs are there, you're like upside down, legs around the chain, just not great positioning. I'll say that you can just use the rest of your movement to right yourself, or you can attempt to try to go backwards up the chain.
I'll probably take the time to right myself and then hold on properly to it so I'm moving better in the future.
Okay, so you right yourself, you're about, we'll say, you're like 10 feet off the ground. Your arrow, we'll say because you rolled so well, it's still going to be a good handhold for you further up the body.
Okay.
Snickers is going to think cleverly.
Snickers has the coolest name. It's over.
Snickers.
Oh, Snickers.
He does have one more. No, he can. He's gonna do another web because he's a tricky little guy. Okay, so web. Let me cast it so I can see the wording here. 20-foot cube. 20-foot cube. So let me get.
I heard like a little web drop.
Yeah, it's got some.
It reminds me of
sound
Donkey
effects.
Kong when you get to ride. I think it's Donkey Kong 2 or 3, and you get to ride the little spider. And he spits out the little web, and then you can make little like stairs to get to other parts of the level.
Sorry. Yeah. He's gonna launch it at the base here. So it kind of goes.
I do it! No! Damn it!
Yeah. So all of you need to make dexterity saves at. Okay, so Shay, you wouldn't. You're holding on though. Yeah,
I'm
you're
about 12
fine.
feet up, I
Lisso's
think.
fine. Lupin, you haven't really grounded yourself. So I would say
Cool.
you're at disadvantage. But
You have inspiration!
but
It's
Snickers
fine.
is gonna have to roll 2 for something.
Don't forget.
Oh, that's not bad. With disadvantage, is it a dex, you said?
Yes.
Yes. It's a lot.
Alright,
of
so
text.
lower of the 2 is 12, but yeah, now it's 19.
Yes, you save. So as the webbing comes in, there's this like raised stone structure that you're kind of standing behind. You duck, and the webbing goes over, surely plasters the front of it, but you manage to avoid. And you look, and it looks like the web does catch the rope, or the chain, 20 feet up.
Okay.
Chelsea, Shay,
Yes.
what's your dexterity saving throw?
Oh, okay, because I didn't know you said I was safe, but no, you want me to roll?
You have to roll. You're just not at disadvantage because
Understood.
you're holding on.
Thank-
Yeah.
Okay, come on, dice. No.
So I think it's fine.
It wasn't a 1, it was a 2.
Oh no!
For a dexterity saving throw? That's an 8. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll before you tell me if that's a fail. With one of my lucks from the
Okay.
chat. It's a little better. 9 plus 6 is a 15.
Meets it, beats it. Yep. You manage. So here's. I'm contemplating for Lisso too, because this is a really interesting situation here, right? Dexterity save to dodge the webbing.
Mm-hmm.
You are literally holding on to a chain.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how you would dodge.
Maybe because, well, if I can, because you said that gravity's weird, right?
Mhm.
So maybe it's like this weird, like she does like a weird shimmy, but looking like Lord Havish still, like does this weird shimmy on the chain and just like somehow, because of the weird gravity force or lack of, just like does this little thing in the air to like maneuver herself.
I think, to be realistic, this is what I think is gonna happen. Oh, Lisso was way above. Never mind. She didn't even have to do this. So, what I think is realistic is you made your dexterities check. You see it coming, and you're holding onto the chain, and you literally take the chain and you just push it down, and it sends you floating upward. So I know this isn't normal, but in this situation, I'm gonna say you're now just above 20 feet off the ground.
Okay.
But right where the webbing stopped on the chain. So you managed to get up and away from it. So in this instance, you got a little bit of bonus.
I like that. I actually really like, I mean, not just bonus, but that was a cool, thank you, DM.
Yeah. Now, Snickers, as he casts the spell, the webbing goes forward. And you see this little figure thunk, as he is shot backwards. And he kind of hits the back of this stone. He doesn't go flying off or anything. It was like a raised wall of jagged stone before it breaks away. And you see him kind of, but he wasn't expecting that. And he's not prone, but it takes him a long time to get himself settled because he can't just like hop up and be on his feet again. So now he's reached and he's grabbed some handholds on this stone wall. He moved him there. And I'll say he still has a chance to jump for the chain. Let's see. He's gonna try to jump for the chain.
I already like Snickers, even though
Yep.
it's my competition. I'm like, go Snickers!
All right, Snickers is now 20 feet up on this chain here.
Wow.
Do you still like Snickers?
Yes, I do. I'm impressed.
Lupin.
All right. So is Lord Havish not connected to the chain right now?
He is. Well, I mean, I'd say like timeline-wise, we'll say he's like in the act of going up. Most likely, if he continues to climb, but he's got the like it's almost like he pushed and like has his arms out in front, so he's like riding a key ring on a chain kind of thing.
I'm not guessing this visual, I suppose. All
Like
right,
his arms
so
are out, the
they-
chain's in the middle, so he's like moving up. He's currently dodging the web and moving up, but he hasn't grabbed back onto the chain.
Okay. Okay. I guess how far am I from the chain? Like, am I? Because I'm kind of next to it. That's what I'm.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
real
know
close.
what-
You could
yeah.
reach out. You could reach out and grab it. But you do notice there is webbing as this like ends about 6 feet up. The chain's anchored all the way to the ground behind whatever the structure is, and it's so that bottom 6 feet is free of webbing. But then from that till about 20 feet up, there is webbing on the chain.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay, so I guess question for you. Is it possible to do 2 bonus actions in a round if one of the bonus actions is my regular action?
I always feel that you can. Yes, you can change out your action for a bonus action,
Okay.
but not dash,
Right.
which actually you were doing anyway. So.
Well, yeah, because of rogue things. So, okay.
Rogue things.
Rogue things.
Hashtag rogue things.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what I'll do is get to the chain. I'll get to the part where it starts the webbing, and what I'll do is I will on the chain. You should. I'm gonna produce essentially a shadow form of myself that's about 15 feet up. I'm gonna tell them to essentially move another 15 feet up, so it's within 30 of me. And then I am going to then magically appear where they are. And that'll be everything I do.
I'm gonna make you a little shadow thing real quick.
Cool.
There is two of them? That is amazing.
Does that work? A little bit. It's not that great, but you can kind of tell the difference.
I can kind of,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that works.
But I need to describe this a little bit. So you guys watch. Did you say so? You haven't climbed yet, right? You're actually behind the wall. Is that what you said?
I think with that, yeah, I think I can make that work, given the distance. Yes.
So you're behind the wall, and so really what everyone else sees, that we'll just describe what everyone else sees. Shay, you might have a little better look actually, because you're kind of up looking down. You see the wolfkin kind of dodge from the webbing, and you watch as like there's this weird visual that happens. There's like it's almost as if there was a single wave like through grass on his fur, and as the wave goes through, it kicks up this dark shadow. And then all of a sudden, you watch as this shadowy wolfen figure starts hightailing it up the chain. Wait, does it technically appear within 30 feet? Is that why you said it was above the...
So it has to be. I always have to be within 30 feet of it right now, and it has to be. I have to. You can throw it up to 15 feet initially. So yeah.
So it starts just at the top of the webbing, we'll say, for this.
Right, and then starts there,
okay.
moves up a little bit, and then I jump to it, and then that's my entire turn.
So how much can it move? Half its movement.
I mean, all it says is move on my part of my turn. You can move the echo up to 30 feet in any direction. So I'm moving it. It's already 15 feet away. I'm moving it another 15, so I'm still within 30, and then I jump to it.
Okay, so 30 feet up.
Yeah.
From the 20 feet? Or total?
It's 30 feet total from where I am.
Okay, 30 feet up the chain. So pretty much, Shay, you're at 20 feet.
I'm at 20.
Yeah. So you see, like right next to you, the form, like the shadows coalesce into the wolf figure, and you see like this face, and it's not mean or evil, but it's determined. And you see this shadowy form grab the chains and lunge up, and you feel the wind. You feel that this has sustenance to it. And it goes a little further up, and then all of a sudden you're trying to get a good look of it, and all of a sudden the shadows shift, and all of a sudden material where there was shadow, blade where there was shadow, fur where there was shadow, and Lupin is now above you.
Okay, so he's right above me.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Thank you.
And I say, as my free action, say, on your guard, Lord Havish. So, yep,
Going for first again, I see.
As always, yes.
Calliope.
All right. So as soon as I start getting lifted into the air, I'm going to rage. And then about how far am I off of the ground?
You're not quite off the ground yet. You just feel your feet. You feel like very soon, if you don't do something, you will lose contact with the ground. But you still have contact right now. You can still make a move.
Okay. And you said there was a rune under me.
There is a rune under you that lit up as soon as this gravity effect kind of took hold.
Okay. Can I want to smash it with my great axe.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack.
I like that we're of two minds here. Either climb the chains or destroy everything.
That's going to be a 10.
10. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Okay.
Mm.
D12. Oh no, now just to figure out where's that one. Okay, just 1 second. Don't worry, I've got it under control. Found it.
I've got it.
I got it under control. Oh, yay! Okay, so that's a 13 damage.
13 damage.
Nice.
So you take your axe and you slam it into. You give out a mighty roaring yell, and you take your great axe and you slam it into the ground. And you know that bladed weapons against stone is an interesting combination, but you don't care. And you know this axe really well, and you cut under a good chunk of stone as it kind of flips up and goes flying away. Unfortunately, it was part of the stone that was inside a ring of this rune, and it didn't really disrupt any of the design of the rune with that attack. But you damaged the stone. You think that maybe next time, or if you were to do it again, maybe you could influence the rune, but that one wasn't quite good.
Okay, then I'm gonna take another swing at it.
Yeah.
And that is another 10.
All right. This time you flip your axe around, seeing that, oh man, that the blade might have, it's a really mighty axe, but maybe the other end of it might be a better situation. You come in at a very shallow angle, looking for like a hang-up of broken stone to catch on that end of your axe and to pull some of it away. And you do manage to pull a chunk away that did have kind of a corner connector of one of the runes, and the magic does flicker a good bit, and you feel a heaviness for a moment. Things settle. On this side, no one's really. Envy and Vesta, you feel it too. Vesta, not so much you. You actually kind of. You're standing. Are you standing or?
Yeah, I'm standing.
You feel a pull, just an interesting pull, just
feel
for a
crooked.
moment. Yeah, that kind of pulls you over. Envy, you feel just like the weight for just a moment. But it does eventually like hum back up, and it still is in effect. So you don't really know you had an effect. Whatever your goal is, you don't know if you'll get more than that if you keep going. You just don't know.
Okay. Then I would also like to. Can I take a bonus action for a prideful roar?
Sure.
Yes. So a little bit frustrated. I felt like something happened, but I didn't quite affect the change I wanted to. So just a loud bellowing.
And I believe
roar.
it's a 10-foot
A
radius,
15.
maybe 15 foot.
15. But
Okay.
also, yes, 15. So, except I'm not going to. I remember the feeling of envy healing me, and so envy will not be impacted by the roar.
Oh, okay, cool. But the cloaked figure will.
Yes,
Okay. So is it a save?
yes. This is a.
I should know, but I'm asking.
It is a save. It's a Constitution saving throw, and it's gonna be a 14 DC.
All right, I'm gonna roll for Raishal first. Con saving throw. Say.
This is the first time anyone's attacked the. No, never mind. No.
What did you say the DC was?
14.
He rolled a 13. And then for the hooded figure, and then Envy, you don't have to. The hooded figure saves, even though he's on fire. So what is? Remind me what they take damage. Yes. 1d10 damage.
Yes, that is correct.
And half as much on a save. Okay.
Oh, shake it, shake it. Okay. One is 10 and one is 6.
Okay. One of the D10 would have been fine, just for all.
Oh.
So we'll take the 10. So it's 5 to the hooded figure, and you see that like he is struggling to put out this fire, and you see that no one else has really made a move yet. And as you let out the roar, this like wave of energy comes over and knocks him onto the ground, and where like he was focusing on his stomach and he'd almost gotten some of the fire out, the pushback, the fire's still going. He is struggling a good bit. Reichel, I said he failed, so he took all 10 damage. You notice, and then does it not? It doesn't move him or anything, right? It's just damage. So he clutches his ears as this goes out. And as he does so, you notice that he had a firm grip on the stone in front of him. He was planted and poised to make a move. But the roar had him grab for his ears, and you see all of a sudden him starting to list to a side.
Yes.
Interesting.
Ruh-roh.
Anything else for your turn?
What?
So how far is this chain from me?
From you, it's within reaching 5 feet, so you could reach out and grab the chain for sure.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So go ahead and give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh, yes. Athletics for the win. That would be 23. Obviously not natural.
23,
Yeah.
yes. So you leap up and you grab, so you're about like 6 or 7 feet up from your leap, and you're holding onto the chain. You can use movement if you'd like.
No.
No? You're going to hang out
No.
right there?
I just kind of want to grab it, but I want to be still kind of close to the ground.
Okay. Reichal's turn. So Reichal, realizing what just happened, he's going to attempt to right himself. He's going to reach out and try to right himself and get his footing again. He does. And you see his legs are still aglow with the green energy that has provided strong jumps. And he pushes down. He kind of leverages strength between pushing down from the rock in front of him and pushing up with his legs. Whoosh! I mean, he just goes, and he is flying. No chain. He's not worried about a chain at all. He's going straight for the center platform. Let's see how good of a jump. Well, that was what that was. And
This
so
group
far,
is very dexterous. Like from the beginning of the race to this moment, like y'all are.
So he is flying. He is now about, we'll say he made about 30 feet up in the air from this jump. I mean, technically it would be more. We're gonna say 40 feet. We're gonna say he's 40 feet. So I'm gonna kind of keep track of that because he's one of mine. But Reichel's gonna say something because as things were happening, he put a little 2 and 2 together, and he looks over at Killjoy and says, "I think it's her you're looking for," and points to Lord Ulcerin on the chain.
Reichel says it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, before Theo goes, I rolled initiative for Baraka, who's not even a token on the map. She's just going to be Theater of Mind. As she approaches her awkward Dayak form, it's weird, like, it looks like she doesn't walk easily. But she moves quickly. And as she does, her winged arms with loose smattering of feathers, they're moving very quickly. Quick, sharp motions. You don't see what the fingers are doing, just these quick, sharp wing motions. And as she approaches, she pushes out, and there is a gust of wind that seems controlled enough to be like pointed down and whoosh, and puts out the fire of the person on the ground. Then she's gonna call out. You guys, it sounds like a name. Well, it is a name. I just need to figure out. Saba, quick! You don't know what that means. Theo's gonna do what Theo wants to do, and that is he's just gonna start flapping. is just gonna start flapping. And his movement will also be pretty good, as he makes it 40 feet into the air, flapping. It doesn't look easy. His wings, there's something interesting about his wings. You don't think that with the gravity the way it is, you don't know if he could actually fly with his wings producing lift. But because the gravity situation, what his movements are, in fact, moving him up. And actually, I'm going to give him a roll because I want to know if he can really move all his movement, and he can. So 40 feet in the air is where he is at. Killjoy. Killjoy is confused. Killjoy is unsteady. Killjoy is mad. So, Killjoy, what you see happen is he looks over to where pointed out towards Lord Ulster, and he sees several figures, around this chain. And so he starts to run. You notice that only 2 or 3 steps connect. He awkwardly starts rolling, but you see him tuck for a quick tuck in, and as he comes back up, his maul in hand, whoosh, woof, woof, woof. Now, because of gravity, throwing is very difficult, so he's going to be at disadvantage.
Totally.
But some of you are also in an interesting spot. So Shay, you're holding on. No, you're not holding on to the chain. You're kind of like, you just moved up, you've got the chain, you've got control of it, but you don't have like a firm grasp of it. I'm going to say it's a regular attack to you.
Okay.
Lisso has had her constitution the whole time. And then Lupin, you have a firm grasp on the chain. So disadvantage for both of you, normal attack against Shay. So here's the normal attack.
Attacking all 3 of us?
That's a good question. I kind of had it just flying. You know what? That's a good question. Actually, I'm gonna have it randomly choose who it actually is going to hit. So 1 and 2 is Lupin, 3 and 4 is Shay, 5 and 6 is Lisso. 1, Lupin, which
cool.
It's disadvantage for you. Hey guys, I joined. I'm part
Oh my god.
of the team. The maul just goes
That
past.
is crazy.
Now, look, you do notice watching it as it leaves this circle, this radius that you guys are in. It starts falling towards the ground, and it falls a long way. So
does it look
now,
like it falls like regular gravity?
once outside, yeah. So once the maul goes beyond this like radius here, then it does look like like something is pulling.
And is the radius? It's where the runes are, where the chain is. Only.
You don't really know yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
you haven't really tested it. You just know some point beyond this immediate area. Yeah.
Got it.
It loses. Killjoy is tumbling uncontrollably towards. Under Lisso is the corner of this structure. So I'm gonna give him a dexterity save to see if he can kind of right himself. And yes, he does. But there's web all over it. Man, I didn't plan any of this. Hey!
What
does that mean?
good
He
roll?
rolled really good, but what does it mean? Like, this is to dodge the web. Jeez. Okay, you know what? He keeps going. He goes all the way to the back part and hits up against the wall. Not taking any damage. He wasn't flying very fast. He just had no way to stop himself. He reached out, like he saw the webbing and he reached out and then pulled his arm back in because he didn't want to get caught up into it. And that took him, hey, there's webbing back. No, it was shady. Where he is fine. Okay. Vesta, top of the round.
Okay, this has made me incredibly nervous. How high up is the platform? Like, how far do the chains go?
120 feet.
Holy shit. Okay, I'm going to bonus action tell my owl fire friend to teleport me to the chain. It's a 15-foot radius. So I want to go to the chain like as high up as I can go.
Okay. 15
on
foot
the
radius.
chain and try to appear and grab the chain when I appear.
Are you going for the one with the webbing or the one down towards the bottom?
I'm gonna go for the one at the bottom because there's less people on it right now.
So sure, you teleport yourself. We'll say like 10 feet up because it was like 10 feet across, and geometry or what is it? Trigonometry? Who knows?
Some sort of math.
I'll give you 10 feet up.
Science.
10 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to use my movement to go up another 15 feet.
Okay, so you are 25 feet
yeah.
up. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics or athletics roll just to make sure you don't get hung up climbing this. It's not difficult, but it's not like the most intuitive. And seeing how you guys have been rolling, it makes for funny coincidence.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're fine. So you're able to use the movement that you want. So 25 feet up on this chain, kind of leaving Calliope and Envy down on the ground, I believe.
Can I, while holding onto the chain, cast anything?
So you did teleport, which is what? Is that your?
That's
is
a
that
bonus action. That's my Wildfire Spirits action.
So you would still have an action. Yep.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I can cast something somatically, even though I'm holding onto the chain. Can I use one hand to?
You moved half your movement up the chain. That was the way you moved.
Well, that was my full movement, but I halved it because it worked. I'm climbing.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you halved it for climbing, that you took normal movement, which is half, then you can still do an action. Yep.
Great. I'm okay. According to my calculations, Theo is the one that's gotten the furthest so far, right?
Correct.
Are Theo and Raishal in a similar area
They are in the
of?
exact same area. Kind of.
Great.
They're just like, they're both kind of climbing at this. Just they're not moving. They're clinched and. The winged, the Birdman's flapping, but Raishal's kind of like Supermaning, just fist out, trying to guide himself right where he wants to go.
Great. I'm gonna hold out my hand. Oh my god, I'm so nervous about this. For some reason, I think it's gonna backfire. I'm gonna hold out my hand, and I need both Theo and Raishal to make a dexterity saving throw.
At disadvantage because they have no leverage to dodge, dip, dive, duck, or anything.
Okay, so maybe this won't backfire.
So let's do Raishal first because that was a 6 plus 2, which is an 8. And then Theo, dex saving throw, right?
Yeah.
Disadvantage. Oh gosh, a 12.
Okay, they needed it. Okay, I had my score is
They both
15,
fail.
so they both fail, right?
Yep. What did you cast?
So I am casting at 3rd level Burning Hands. Just
Okay.
to watch them burn.
Okay.
Set them both on fire. So that's 5d6. And
I'm looking for anything.
I get to re-roll my ones because I took Elemental Adept. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is 13 points of damage.
A fire damage?
Of fire damage.
Okay. You see Raishal shoulders it. 13, you said?
13.
Although the flames, as they kind of like, sorry, what spell was it again? I know it was.
It was Burning Hands.
Burning Hands, right? So as you are climbing this road, you cast the spell as you're climbing. You get to a point where you kind of grab with your legs and you reach out with your hands as the fire coalesces on your fingertips and then projects out forward. Raishal, you see the flames like grab at him at his chest and he screams in pain, but as he's flying, the flames trickle down, and you see like the red, irritated flesh with a few already blisters and boils forming at certain parts of exposed skin. He looks pretty bad. Theo, he failed too. Yeah. And you see he handles it a little worse as he kind of like is flapping, and now like is trying to focus on flapping not only to fly, but to put this fire out that has taken his feathers, his beautiful white, bleach white feathers, and now there are just streaks of black. You can see at the base trickles of red as blood coming from his burned flesh.
Okay.
Ouch.
Trying to take him out of the air. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately that spell doesn't have any kind of like force or, you know.
I know. Well, I was just going for as much damage as humanly possible on this turn. And that was fairly decent. I think that's the end of my turn for now.
Okay.
Just kidding. In total.
Shay.
Okay, so I was 20 feet up. How much farther is, I think it's Lupin's the next one up above me. Is
Lupin's
he
like 10 feet? Yep. Lisso is
Okay.
also about 10 feet up too.
Okay, so we're pretty close together. I'd like to keep climbing up the 10 feet to reach them.
Okay.
Excuse me, don't mind me. And I'm gonna just try and like maneuver over them and still keep climbing.
Lisso looks at Lupin and gets ready to maneuver to try to block, but she's trying to
Okay.
get a cue from you. Are you gonna try to attempt to like kind of make it a little more difficult? Or are you gonna let her go? Him go.
So I guess would I know that this is probably not Lord Havish based on either previous interactions with him or knowing about him, and then like the clues that have been presented to me?
Give me a perception check, because I remember when she initially did the spell, it was established that it wasn't a great look, but then her persuasion is what got her through the roof, and then of course with the freaking guy's son. So, but initially the actual disguise isn't that great.
Okay.
Do I roll in it in? like,
Not
in
yet. I
perception?
want to see what his perception is, because I remember your
Okay.
roll being relatively low. For like, I don't remember what the roll was for. Oh, it was perception to see how much of his features you got. Remember? That's
yes,
what the low
yes,
roll
yes,
was.
Yes.
So your disguise.
And I
is
don't remember exactly what I rolled.
All right. So unnatural 20.
unnatural 20.
Nice.
Context clues plus, like you take the context clues to give you a reason to look deeper. And as Lord Ulcerin Havish, leader of the Githyanki here, is climbing the chain under you, there are you doubt.
But you know, hello, hi, you know.
Based on all of that, I mean, I guess, do I know? I mean, that, I guess I have inspiration, or I got some benefit from them.
Yes. Yes, you would.
Okay. Based on that, I would let them pass.
Okay. And Lisso, seeing you move the other direction, she kind of she closed her eyes and sighs for a second, and she doesn't move to block you either. She was kind of hoping for a teammate help thing, but she's not going to try to do it herself. So you do make it past them.
Okay, so I'm like being all apologetic and nice as I go up. And so I'm gonna just climb up my full 30 feet.
Okay.
So I'm up, what, 50 feet now?
You're up 50 feet. Now above the whole crowd, you can see Reichel and Theo kind of in their locations. Lisso is going to keep going, seeing that this seems to be the way. Now, here's a question. Lisso is climbing up this chain, and she goes in a direction to get around and over you.
Okay.
What are you gonna? Do you attempt to block her?
Well, I wasn't sure if that was the end of my action, or my turn, but
So you moved.
So I
What all did you do?
moved.
That's all you did.
I moved up up the chain, and then it's okay because I was still like kind of not sure anyways of what I was gonna do. I will. I'll just talk to her. I'll just say, let's see what you've got. Let's get to the top, and just like, I'll let her go in front of me.
Cool.
And yeah.
Was there anything else you want to do on your turn, or?
No, I think at this point I'm playing it cool, so I'm not attacking anybody. Just trying to get to the top. So I'm at 50 feet, and she's above me now.
She's gonna go. Yeah, she's gonna go 30 feet. But she was 30, so she's 60. She just goes another 10 on top.
Right.
So she's at 60. You're at 50.
Okay.
John,
Thank
you're
you.
at 30.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vesta, how high up are you? You're somewhere.
I'm at 25.
25,
now.
right? Calliope and Envy still to the ground. Cool. Okay. And then that's Lisso's turn. That's all she's doing. She's booking it up the chain. Envy. You see, of course, the relative positions of everyone.
Okay, first I want to burn 2 sorcery points to get a 2nd level spell slot back.
Okay.
And then I want to use my action. So who's the lowest? It's me, Calliope, and then who else?
Are on the ground.
Killjoy.
Yeah, Snickers is only like 10 feet up the chain. Killjoy's on the ground as well.
Okay. But Snickers and Killjoy did bad things recently.
Yep.
Who's next highest from there?
Vesta's 25 and Snickers is 10. And then Lupin's 30.
Okay. Taking all of that into consideration and how the last round went, I'm going to use my pseudo bless and activate my emboldening bond ability as my action. And I will choose 3 willing creatures. So hopefully myself, Calliope, and Lupin. Because I haven't seen them do anything like detrimental to others.
Okay.
So
Real shit.
it works similar
It
to.
hasn't either. Just saying, Shay's.
But you're
been
higher
very
up,
nice.
so
I know.
it's
I was just.
so it works similar to bless. The creatures can roll a d4 and add it to an attack roll, a ability check, or a saving throw, but they can only use it once per turn. But they can choose whichever they want to use it for. And I don't think this one's concentration. It's just like an ability from my Peace Cleric domain.
Okay.
So I will like these like rays of energy and like I imagine it's like light that you can see through and like glistening golden like glittery stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
Will kind of like extend out from me and like shoot out a little bit towards Lupin and then shoot out towards Calliope. And once it like radiates into them, it'll just like they'll feel a little emboldened.
Mhm.
So
What it kind of looks like for them as they receive it is any metal armor. It looks like just for a second a ray of sunlight swept across their armor and had that gleam of like sunlight glare across their form.
and then I'm gonna start climbing.
Start climbing.
So-
Very good.
I can move 15 feet up, and I've used my bonus action. That should be all.
Okay, so you're 15 up. Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome. Your Vesta is 25, so she's 10 above you. I'm gonna move you closer to the chain so we know. All right, and now we go to Snickers. Snickers is climbing. Does he have any other tricks, though? Is there a chance he wants to do something else? Yeah. Yeah, he does. Who? Who is the question? He's going to climb, so he can go... Let's see how he goes. He can go 10 feet. So he's now 20 feet off the ground. But he's going to cast a spell and reach out towards... God, who's going to go? You know what? I'm going to roll just to see if it's like friend or foe for you guys. Odds or evens, choose Calliope. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Always.
That's a 3 odds, so it goes towards one of the others. So, yeah, Theo is still on fire and having trouble. He's going to do it at Reichal. That really is the only thing that makes sense. He casts a spell, and you see this dark energy reach out and attempt to swirl around Reichal's form. He's casting Hold Person. So this is spell DC. Why doesn't it have your DC, Snickers? Spell DC is 15, and it is a Wisdom saving throw. So Reichal is gonna have to make a Wisdom. That's not one of his good ones. 17 for an 18. Wow. He shakes it off. So as he's flying away, the dark forms, you see like the dark forms are trying to like immobilize him, but the green energy from that is focusing, it's like a clash of magics, and you see them fight for a second, and this green energy just kind of pulses out the dark energy that was attempting to bind him. And Snickers curls his face and goes, "Damn it!" And he climbs his little bit of movement. He has no longer any. Okay, he's running out of spells a little bit. Lupin.
All right, so the Lizzo and Lord Havish are on the chain climbing up right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, Lord Havish. Yes. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. I guess I will just try to move up. So yeah, can I do my... I know it's all halved, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do my move, my action move, and my bonus move to get like 45 up?
Okay. I will say you'll have to roll an acrobatics to get max movement even as a rogue.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's just...
Acrobatics.
Yeah. I got to make sure you don't get hung up.
Sure.
Or athletics.
Okay.
But I think acrobatics is more your style.
It is. Okay. Okay. 21.
Yeah. You kick it into gear, and you see Lisso. She's above you. You kind of like pick up that Lisso has some of the similar skill sets you have. Kind of just these hand movements going up the chain that look practiced, that look like perhaps rope climbing for some reason is something that they have done before. And you're like, okay, well, it's on now. Who's better? This is a race. And so it's one of those. I can't remember what movie it is. I mean, this visual, but like you're grabbing with two hands, launching up, connecting your feet, like you're doing this like ridiculous running on four legs climb thing up this chain, and you're just booking it. So you were at 30, and now you're at 75.
Yes, should be.
For any chance, Shay, is there any reason that you would try to block him?
Lupin? No.
Yeah, okay, cool. Then it works. All right, Calliope. Anything? Well, hold on. Anything else, Lupin? Sorry.
No.
Okay, Calliope.
Okay. So Calliope is going to take this great axe and take one more swing at the rune underneath of her.
Okay.
26.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. That's a 12, but after my modifier.
Okay. This time, you aim for the same spot. You got some of the room up, but you also kind of dislodged a larger stone more towards the central part of this room. And this time, you realize you don't take that strong of a swing initially. What you do is you kind of twist your wrists as you make connection, and whoosh, this large piece of stone comes out, and the rune dissipates. And all of a sudden, you can feel the weight over here return. Vesta and Envy, you're on. Are you on the chain, Envy? You are now, right? Vesta and Envy, I need you to make dexterity saving throws. It's not a super high DC. This is just so you realize that, like, you know, as the gravity comes back for a moment, that you're able to stall yourself where you are.
Saving throw?
Saving throw.
So 23 plus the emboldenment is a 25.
25. Okay.
14.
14.
Oh, no.
That's fine. You're fine. You just, it's all about managing your weight. As all of a sudden, like, you might have been off in an awkward step as you were climbing, and your legs might, your hips might have been off the side, and all of a sudden you're swinging down. And it's just managing that change. But all of a sudden, and here's the thing that's going to be really interesting. Raishal and Theo, you guys watch as their progress is halted for a moment. And it's almost like they're suspended, slowly listing down and away. Like, it's almost like they're going towards the center, but then also going down and back out towards kind of direct south, almost. There is a disturbance in the force. Okay, so that's your action.
I would also. So now I feel like, okay, I've disrupted this whole magic thing they got going on. So I'm gonna now set my attention on climbing up this chain.
Okay. You start to climb and realize that the mobility and speed at which people have been going up these chains were in part by the lack of gravity. Pulling your own weight, you are very athletic, so it's going to be a roll, but the DCs now are going to be a little bit higher over here, because before you weren't having to actually pull your weight up, you were just controlling your ascension. This is actually pulling weight up. So I see what you did. You're good at this, so go ahead now and give me athletics.
All right. And that is going to be a 17.
Yep. So you can move half your movement up the chain as like a movement. If you want to dash as a bonus, or no, so you can't. But you already took a swing, so that's your action to dash.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you can move half your movement.
Okay.
You can imagine that for other people, if they're going to be going, like, you moved pretty quickly in this new gravity, like in this gravity space. You think other people are going to struggle a little bit.
Yes. So half of my movement is 20.
Okay, so you are now 20 feet in the air.
And I've done some fancy job of attaching my great axe to my back in its holster.
Sure. Now, Envy, are you in her way?
I'm 15 feet up, so she would pass me.
She would pass you. Do you try to do anything?
I pass him gently. As gently as a raging barbarian can.
Seems agreeable. Okay.
I don't do anything to mess with him.
Right. And then Vesta, you're still above her. So the other form, the fiery form, is just above you. So now you've got three of you holding on to this chain on this side. Awesome. Raishal. Man, there is no save for this. He starts to fall.
I'm disappointed in you, son.
And you see him like flick his wrist and summon his wrist. Like as he pulls his wrist around, there's like a wisp of purplish energy in a hand, and the hand goes and kind of rests, and you see it's like it's trying to hold him up, and it can't hold his weight. This is a very simple spell, but there's still something with the gravity, and somehow this mage hand is like slowing his drift in this direction. He is still falling and not going the right direction. That is indeed happening. So he goes from being 40 feet up to being 30 feet up, and he is now kind of listed off to the side and is kind of headed in this direction. However, I had rolled
My
for
boy.
Varaka. Varaka had called for a name you guys hadn't recognized, Saba. And a form comes up here, and you see cast a spell from afar where purplish and radiant yellow energy kind of mixed together and sparkles on her hand as she reaches forward and sends healing energy out. And you see this this cloaked figure on the ground taking a much more unlabored breath and lets out kind of like a sigh of relief on the ground. Varaka, standing right next to this figure on the ground. It's difficult at first to really understand what she's doing. She starts making a noise, and you realize it's in rhythm with what the other two robed figures are chanting. And she gets in step, and all of a sudden you feel that gravity kind of return, the lack of gravity to the area. There's no rune on the ground, but it seems as though it may have been have been resolved a little bit. Now Varaka is standing in ritualistic spell casting, just like the other two figures. Theo, he also doesn't know what to do, but initiative, actually, he does suffer the consequences the same as Raishal would. So he kind of starts listening to side. He's down here. Gravity kicks back in though for his initiative, and he's got momentum. Oh dang. Oh dang. He flaps. Yeah. He flaps desperately, trying to stop his momentum. And he does slow with his flapping, but he goes 10 feet. You all don't know exactly where this barrier or perimeter is, but he's going the wrong direction. Killjoy on the ground. He sees that everything is difficult. He's going to take a jump. Let's get Killjoy's jump. Natural 20. So Killjoy is going to jump at the end of their turn. He's going to reach out and grab chain. Manages just to hold on. Killjoy is now 40 feet in the air. On the same chain as Shay, Lupin, Lisso. Alright guys, this is still going. We are going to go ahead and take a break here before we go to the next round. Stick with us. We have a lot more coming. The race for the top of the Tower of Shar is still underway. And don't forget to do exclamation critical for the giveaway. Thank you, the Pale Dragon, for your raid. Really appreciate it and welcome. 10 minutes, and we will be right back. Thanks, guys.
Solon, a world caught just outside the blessed fields of Elysium. Home to the migrated Gardenals, celestial animal kin searching for adventure. The Sun Guard are the protectors of this realm, standing against the forces of evil that seek to disrupt a lasting peace. It has been over 100 years since Bel's dark invasion faltered at Boiler Bay. In the north, Pelor's warming glow bestows prosperity to the nations of light. But in the south, a new story unfolds.
Hello and welcome back. We are still here. We are still going. And let's get back to it. This guy's trying to get to the top. You gotta get to the top if you want to be a winner. That's just how it works. Vesta, top of the ground. What are you doing?
Okay, gravity is back off, right?
Gravity is back off.
Great. I'm going to take the wildfire spirit. Oh my god, wait. Hold, please. I just realized. I'm 25 feet up. Envy and Calliope are both within that realm, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 15 feet.
But you're like, how close to me are you?
Y'all are right,
He's-
like,
10 feet under you.
yeah, y'all are all in the chain, so like within like a 5-foot radius of each other, but at different heights on this chain.
Okay. Okay, never mind. You're safe then. Okay, I'm going to bonus action tell my wildfire spirit to teleport me another 15 feet up.
Nice. Whoosh.
So that gets me up to 40 feet. And then I'm going to use my movement to go another 15, because that's my movement halved.
Mhm.
And then if I look around, who's closest to the top other than
So you're
me?
at 55?
I'm at 55.
So Lisso, across the way in the same chain as the half-orc and Lupin and Shay, Lisso is 60 feet up, so you and her are pretty close on the same level. You were able to
Okay.
pass up Theo and Reichal as they were listing out and away before the gravity came back on.
Okay. They have really good movement, I've seen, right? Like, I've seen them. They seem to know what they're doing.
Yes.
Okay, and they're within.
Well, I will say, Theo, not at the moment. Yes, at the beginning of all this, was very sure and confident, but since has had his feathers burned to a crisp, and has been directed off his course while he was trying to put out fire, and now he's having trouble getting any sort of control over his movement. Oh, real quick, before you say the next thing, Dysphemus, you have won our giveaway. Find me in our Discord, Favorite 42 Discord. I am Colin FFRPG. Find me, send me a message. We will get the dice out to you soon. Please enter !critical for the second giveaway of the evening. Okay.
Okay. Let me measure. I'm trying to decide if I want to do something mean or if I just want to keep moving.
That's the question.
I know. Who was it that cast Hold Person? Was that Snickers?
That was Snickers.
How far up the chain is Snickers?
Snickers isn't very far. Snickers is 20 feet.
It's not very far at all.
Far enough to start dropping bodies.
I know. I really am tempted to, but I'm going to use my action to dash and go another 15 feet.
Nice. So you're at 70?
70.
We have a new leader. We had a new leader. You were the
Nice.
leader, but you're even more of a leader now.
Are you? I thought it was 75.
She was at 55. No. You're
Yeah,
at 55.
Lupin's ahead of me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I don't have you written down. I trust you. I trust you all. But I'm
John's
just
like-
trying to do my best. Is that everything?
I'm always
sure.
behind Lupin. I'm trying to keep up with this.
Yes,
Lupin's-
seriously, right?
Shay.
Right. How far below is Killjoy on the chain?
Killjoy is 40 feet. You saw him make a massive leap.
Okay. I am going to look down at him and cast a spell.
Yes.
I'm gonna whisper something to him that only he can hear.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go, remember the broom? Remember that embarrassing fall over the broom? Everyone remembers. And I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level.
Okay.
So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
That's a really high roll, though. So -1 modifier will make it a 16.
Mine's a 16.
Meets it, beats it.
Oh,
So you say this to him, and you see his eyes go wide, and he starts to shake. But then he smiles, like, "Oh, nope."
okay. With that, I'm going to do. Lupin is ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use an ability that I have and send a message to him telepathically.
And that's the action. You have the action economy,
It's a feature. It's a racial feature.
but it doesn't say as a bonus action.
No.
As an action.
No, nothing.
Okay. So here's what I'll say. This is what I'll say. If you're going to use it as no action, it's just got to be 6 seconds or less.
Yeah, and it says limited telepathy, so it's like it just has to be really simple. It says literally communicate simple ideas and concepts. Like,
Cool.
it's not real elaborate,
Gotcha.
but it was
Yeah.
gonna be very. And I'm just gonna like through my mind to Lupin, be like, teammate, team up, help,
And I can't respond to that, right? It's just one directional.
Right.
think
It's not.
yeah.
It seems like what it is like you look at her and she's trying to portray something to you, and it's an enhanced suggestion. It's like you think you caught an eye movement, and that means that you were supposed to team up with her.
And yeah, and I'll end the last word, ally.
And you just you get this like just like a quick thought of having this person as an ally. It's your thought. Yeah.
And Lupin, do you still have that inspiration dice?
I do.
Okay, so I won't need to cast another one. I don't think I can cast it on anybody else. Envy, are you within 60 feet?
I think we all are, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're like 20 feet.
Yeah, 'cause I
25
don't
But
know,
then
like,
distance.
the
How
height.
high? How tall?
Yeah, because I'm
Oh,
50 feet off the ground right now. I don't know where. If I can, I'd like to use my bonus action to go ahead and turn to Envy and go, it's great to see others, people helping others. And then give him, inspire him.
Envy, how high up the chain are you? 25? 15?
15 feet.
15?
I'm at the bottom.
And
And I'm
Shay,
at
how
50.
you're at 50?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, boom. I inspired you. That's a D8. And then for my movement, I'd like to use my 30 feet to get up the chain.
So you get to go 15, right?
Is it only 15?
You use an action, or did you use an action?
Yeah, I used, my cast a spell. Yeah.
You cast a spell, yeah. So it's half your movement. to move
Oh,
up the chain.
why did I not know that? I'm so damn. Okay. 65.
Still 15, so that's put you at 65, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, you're still up there.
Yeah, with Killjoy at 40 feet below me, failed my. Okay. Yeah. Woo!
Yep.
I'm holding on.
Anything else?
No.
All right. So Lupin, you're at 75.
I should be, yeah.
You see, Lisso is going to go past you. You don't
Okay.
try to stop them or anything, right?
No.
Everyone's
She
so
gets
nice
to about
in this scene.
this spot that's 10 feet from the base. She doesn't climb all the way to where the chain connects to the base because she kind of angles herself and she attempts to jump for that last
Wow.
10 feet to the opening, because it is like the chains connect at different, like same kind of corresponding anchor points in that same kind of triangle pattern, more on the outer edge of this floating platform. So to this opening on the south side, that's where like it's easier to climb up. It's the south chain does have a relatively easy access. The north chain, well, I'd say it would be in between the two. So it's the one Snickers is on is very difficult to get around to this opening. But both the chains you two are on, this opening's kind of bisects those, facing, I guess, and that would be more west.
What's her movement?
Southwest.
Yeah.
She moves very quickly. She has very
Yeah.
similar movement to Lupin, so
Crazy fast.
she can move quite a bit. So it would be 45. Right. So she's got the jump is important though, because there's ways you could do it. You feel like there's ways that you could grab along the platform on the bottom and make it from the chain base to there, but doing a jump would take a little bit of movement needed off of that maneuver. And she rolled very well, and she does. And
She did.
you guys notice as she pulls her feet up and over, she is on
You said the platform was 120.
20 feet. Wait,
Okay.
you're right. I was wrong. She can't go that high.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was like,
No,
I'm trying
you're
to do the math.
right. You're right. The math is right. She's very high though.
So she was able to use her full movement because she didn't do an action. And she's where now?
And she can also use a bonus action to dash.
Okay. Where's how many feet up is she?
She is now 105 feet
Okay.
up the chain. Envy.
Okay, so Envy realizes he probably needs to move. And climbing up, he is gonna go. I forgot how far we said it was up, but as soon as he gets to the arrow notch,
Mm-hmm.
he is going to try and gravity's off, right? So like,
Gravity's off.
okay, so he's gonna try and use it to like thrust off upward
Uh-huh.
and see if that will get him further up than what he normally would be able to, just like one over the other kind of thing.
So kind of what Shay did as that reaction. It's the way I'm playing this mechanic is there's a little bit more risk and the DCs are a little higher for certain things, but there's more reward. You get to go a little further, but there's more of a risk of you losing contact or control of the chain, because there's a good portion of time that you don't actually connect with the chain as you are kind of flying up this chain. But just like Shay had it, you can kind of have your arms around it. You can ready yourself for anything.
Okay, so taking that into consideration, because that changes he's gonna wait until like the moment where it feels like he's about to come down, and then using his second spell slot is gonna Misty Step back to the chain
Well, you wouldn't-
and grapple.
Okay, I think I see what you're saying. Basically, okay, so this is what I'd like you to do, and you can tell me if you agree this is a good way to do this. I want you to roll your acrobatics roll to see how good of a jump it is.
Okay.
That roll will have you going in the right direction, but depending on the DC and depending on how that roll goes, you might start veering. then it'll be
Okay.
more of a decision of like, just like of what this is pretty. You're doing now basically what Reichel did. You're doing like a blind leap of faith thing, but for you it's not so blind, knowing that you have that capability. So we'll go from there about when you might want to use Misty Step to poof back on to grab on to the chain. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So I got a couple of things. Okay, that looks good. It's a new round, so I'm gonna add the D4 just to be safe. 25 again for acrobatics.
Yeah.
No.
Well, not again, but 25 rolls.
Okay, what's your movement?
Just 30.
30. You are able to get 50 feet. And as far as you can tell right now, like, as you see the velocity of this, you don't try to keep the chain because it's at an angle too. So like, you're going along this chain, but you're not trying to grab for it. You're just going along it, and it's kind of at an angle. And so far, things look good. We'll leave it at that.
So, is that 50 feet without Misty Step?
Yes,
Or with?
but we're gonna subtract. It's 50 total from where you were. You did go up 15 feet. We'll say because you want to get to the base where your arrow was, and we had said that was gonna be 10 feet above where you are. So 10 feet to get up to the arrow. 40 feet from there. So you're a total 65 feet without Misty Step.
Okay.
Without.
Oh god.
Do you want to use Misty Step right now?
I will. That was just from my action and movement.
That was your action and movement. Yeah.
Okay. I
Wait.
can't do the thing.
Yeah, that was your action.
Because I think the action was to grab onto the arrow.
Right, to set yourself up for and the jump. Yeah.
Okay. So, is there anyone 95 feet up? that I would
95?
run into?
No, especially not on this chain. You're the highest on this chain. Reichel's not actually connected to this chain, and neither is Theo. Birdman.
Lisso's at like 105 on the other chain.
105 on the other chain.
Okay. I mean, this is going to be DM's choice, but I'm going to try and Misty Step up, and then what remainder of my bonus action, I'm just going to like reach out and try and like help someone get up faster. But it's not like a full-on help action, I guess, because it's not a full action.
I just don't know how you'd be able to help anyone. You're not really near anyone anymore, are you?
No, like this is upcoming.
Oh, the help.
If
When you get on top?
energy I have left to help someone that might be coming up from below to me within the next round. To
Okay.
use towards
I
that.
see. Gotcha.
Like if I can get them up extra 5 feet or something.
Sure.
Just whatever.
So yeah, okay. So you Misty Step. So we said you were at 75 and now you're at 105. Is that right?
I was at 65,
60.
so Misty
95.
would put me at 95.
95 feet. Okay, you are up there. Yes, people are breaching the top of this platform in this effect. Snickers. Snickers is only 20 feet up. Snickers has spells, but his spells really haven't been doing that great. I gotta look at this one.
If Snickers would just use his insane climbing speed.
Right.
So
No, that's not really.
Snickers has
He's got
priorities.
his own
all
chain.
wrong.
He's got no one to fight. He's like,
Everyone left him. He could just like climb.
I mean,
Not
really,
impeded.
he doesn't know what else he's gonna climb. He is.
that's what I would do.
He makes it to 40, but he doesn't. Y'all are wrong about something. He doesn't. He's not climbing very well like he was running. It seemed like his running was magically enhanced, and for some reason, that's not translating very well over to this climbing business going on.
Leader, cheater.
Lupin,
Okay.
can you do it?
I
think you could do
could
it.
do it. I could do it.
If you're not the one.
So what I'm gonna do is, as a bonus, throw my shade up 15 feet and probably move it, I think. Let's see, doing this math. 5 more, I think.
Okay.
So that's 20 feet away from me currently.
Okay.
I'm going to have one hand grab onto the chain, but the other one grab my shield, my back, and move down 10 to 65.
Okay.
And that's where Lord Havish is, right?
I'm at 65 feet.
Right. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grasping, ready.
I'm gonna say, when Killjoy comes up the chain, I'm gonna try to push him off with your help.
Yeah, I tried once. Didn't go well.
We'll try together and see what happens.
Okay.
Just keep going up. I'll try to keep him busy.
Okay. Yes. Good plan. Yeah.
So my
Okay.
shade should be 30 feet above where I am.
Where are
so
you?
95.
You are. Yep.
I'm at 65.
Mm-hmm.
With Lord Havish, my shade should be
90.
at 95. Yeah.
And that's it. Yep.
That's it.
Okay. Calliope.
Calliope is gonna make a mad dash up this chain.
Mad dash.
So
So double your
40.
movement divided by 2, which is pretty much your movement.
40 feet.
40 feet. All right. So what's that put you at?
I think that puts me at 60.
60? Okay. I'll keep track.
And I'm gonna look around. Who's up higher than I am? But I mean, like, who's the closest person to the top?
To the top is going to be Lisso.
On our chain, it's Envy. On the other chain, it's Lisso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well,
Envy, what are you again? I'm going to write it down just so I can remember. How many
95.
95? Yeah, for sure. So that's move and action because you doubled your movements. Any bonus action or anything? Or you just going. You're just getting movement.
I think.
I just want to say for the record, I didn't try to stop Envy as he climbed past me.
Thank you.
I am going to hold him there. That's all.
Okay. Raishal, with the gravity back, the mage hand can hold 5 pounds. And here, it's strong enough to stop his momentum. And it starts pushing him back. I mean, this transit, like, you can tell that there was a lot between, like, the slowdown, the stop, and then the speed back up. Pretty much, that's his turn. He gets to go a little bit up. So he was, he was 30. We'll say he gets up to, like, 35. And you can tell that, like, eventually this hand is going to be able to push him like a freaking torpedo through the air here. But it's not that strong. It's a very simple spell, and it's taking a bit to get the effect in. So he kind of like comes back, goes back up a little bit, and he's headed back towards the top. Theo. Man, I gave Theo all the wrong abilities for this.
But it's fine because Theo didn't know what he needed.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Shay. Shay
Okay.
was coming to party,
high is-
you know? Like...
So you guys watch as Theo goes 5 more feet. And 5 more feet. And all of a sudden, just right about here,
Oh no.
the slant comes, and you see him plop out his wings, and he's going to try a maneuver here. You notice that, like, gliding, he actually seems to be in good control in this glide that he's got going on. So he's going to attempt to... Where is he? 30. Man, this is going to be really hard. He's going to attempt to do a quick turnaround to come back onto the bottom level of this, or the second level right here, the bottom. but he might not be able to. So this is to see
Yeah.
if he can turn around in time before it's just wall. Hopefully he just doesn't smack face first into wall. He's pretty dexterous. Yeah. I'm gonna say, like, you watch as this like, as soon as he catches the momentum, he spreads out the wings, they list to the side, sharp turnaround, comes back down and rolls onto the ground. He is at 0 feet. And he's going to use the rest of his movement to right himself. He actually kind of like I'm gonna say, with that save that he had and what he is able to like roll off the ground in a way that has him perfectly angled and on his way back up. But he's just starting the journey. He gets 10 feet, and that's it. So cool, like roll, duck and roll as he crests over this top end back into the anti-gravity, and then uses the ground to push himself and go up into the angle. Killjoy, man, is Killjoy really a thing right now? So Killjoy's 40. Normal movement would get him 60, and you said, Lupin, you're at 65. Is that right?
Him and I are both at 65.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, because you haven't moved yet.
Yeah.
That's within 5 feet. But he ain't got no weapon. Does he have a backup weapon? We'll say... no. He is going to give a loud scream of anger and just start gripping his way up. And as soon as he gets within range, he does like a one-arm pull-up and swings wildly, attempting to punch. Let's see who he punches. He punches for the Githyanki, Lord Havish. In this form, what is your AC?
I'm debating if I want to use my reaction or not.
Oh, quick question. How far is their chain from ours?
It's like 20. I measured it out a couple times.
25, yeah, 25 feet.
Thank you.
I'm gonna see Lord Havish or Shay is gonna see him reach out. Who am I? He's gonna see him reach out and strike at me, and I'm gonna verbally just say something under my breath and cast reaction Silvery Barbs.
Okay.
So I need him to re-roll and take the lower roll.
Okay. Well, just so you know, the first roll was an 18.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
The second roll is a 13. However, I realized just now that melee attacks on this chain and anti-gravity are not going to be easy.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to do a disadvantage. So I'm going to say those are the first rolls. This is your Silvery Barbs.
Okay.
And that's a 7.
Okay.
Plus 8. Plus 8 is 15.
That does not hit.
There you go. Do you want to describe your Silvery Barbs? Do they have any kind of visual?
So, in this instance, it was like, it looks like a little trail instead of actual barbs. It looks like a little trail of like written script in gold filigree kind of comes out of my mouth and like wraps around his sword in his hand.
It's just a
preventing
fist. Just a fist.
The fist, sorry.
Yeah.
That's right, he didn't have a weapon. And like sways and makes him miss. And then the second is, then it wraps around and takes that essence from that hit, and it's gonna shoot up to Lupin, and it's gonna like bless Lupin, because now, because that's the second part of the spell, is he has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw within the next minute.
Nice. So you have that advantage. You might want to write that down, or I can put an icon on your
It's
token.
fine. I have something. Yeah.
Killjoy is just like, what the heck is this magic? And he is going to use his second attack on Lupin at disadvantage. That sucks. That's going to be a total of 10. So I think that misses. Yep.
Yeah, it misses.
So he is not enjoying it. The barbs around his fist. He actually like switches fists because he doesn't understand magic. He doesn't know. He switches out fist on the chain and reaches out with his offhand, but Lupin is able to dodge out of the way. That's Killjoy. Best.
I'm running out of stuff. I don't know what's at the second platform.
Vesta.
Okay. Here's the flaw with my plan is if I use my teleport, my action, and my bonus act, like my movement, I will get to like 115. It's not 120. Okay, I'm gonna teleport with my flaming owl again, 15 feet up the.
Okay.
Up the ladder, up the rope.
The chain. Yeah. What's that put you at now? 15 feet is.
15 feet will put me up to 85.
85.
And then I'm going to use my movement, which would be 15 again, which will put me up to 100.
Okay. Envy. This burst of movement would have her going past you, I believe, right? At 95 feet?
Yes.
Do you want to aid her in making this last little bit?
Yeah, so
Yes.
I will be at 100 feet when I use my movement.
Like if she's passing by, if I can like help her, like boost her up a little bit, and give her like a 5-foot boost.
Yeah.
Because Envy's been watching her, and she's purposely not had her like fire thing do damage to people. So,
Not to anyone on our side.
yeah. Like the burning hands was like a whole nother thing.
They
So,
had
yeah.
from you. She's defending herself.
Okay. I know this is a little meta, but I want it to be cool because I think it's going to be cool. You said you calculated and everything would be 115 to the 120 feet you need.
Yes.
Because Envy said specifically that this is what he wanted to do, he can help you get that extra 5 feet to make it.
Oh.
But we got to think of how. We got to figure out how, teamwork wise, like what. Give me something to make this look really cool. I would say either, like I would say the way I see it happening in my head would be maybe it would involve a little bit of a blind leap thing, but it has something to do with like Envy. You pull her up and plant her feet on your thigh, like on your legs, on your quads, and he's positioned on the chain where you now have a launching platform, stable base. You're about he's what 95. So I mean we're talking like 30 feet. You know that's all you got to jump. About 30 feet. And you make the jump. Just for kicks, let's do an athletics or acrobatics at advantage.
Okay.
Thank you for the
I just
follow,
wanna say
Alpha
that-
SCH. SHC.
Oh, for Vesta?
For Vesta.
Okay.
He was like,
I just want to say that him doing this makes me want to be really nice and cast resistance on him just in case. That's an action, and I need that to
Right.
move.
But
No, I got faith.
Oh my god, no!
no.
no, what did you
don't
roll?
say
What
it.
you had advantage?
Hold a 1 and a 2!
Wait.
Hold on. Can I'm a subscriber. I'm going to I officially am giving luck and inspiration to Vesta. Am I allowed to do that?
Yes, I'll allow it.
You didn't
Don't
say the
roll a
outcome
3.
yet.
I rolled a 1 and a 2 with advantage. What the hell? Okay, can I just...
Just one
You
more.
give me...
If you want to use your luck, you can
I'm going to use
re-roll,
my
but
luck.
you
Can I
can
roll
re-roll.
one more time?
You got the
Yes,
one
I
more
just
roll.
gave
Yep,
you
you got to
luck.
take what it is.
Well, yeah. Okay, that rolled right off the table. That die apparently did not want to get used. 14.
14's pretty good.
Acrobatic.
I think. Oh,
You can add your inspo.
I want to say from Envy's Volpinal race, I have one more
You do.
of the save
Yep.
them to use.
So you want to use your save? Wait.
Can I use my? You give me both inspiration and luck.
I did.
Well, that's very sweet. of
But
you.
I do
You
believe that
really
one
do
is actually a save, isn't it? It's an actual save. This
Oh
is
wait,
an
it might
ability
be a
check.
save.
This is an ability check.
Yeah. So can I use my?
Yeah, it's a saving throw.
However, do you have guidance? I mean, this is the DM. Either you have it or you don't. Do you have guidance? Because that would be for ability checks, I believe.
No, I don't have guidance.
No, I mean Envy.
Oh.
do I have?
You can add a
Guy-
D6.
I have my emboldened thingamajig, but I just.
You didn't choose her, right?
Wait,
You did.
is this the new round?
This is. It's not your turn right
It's
now.
not your turn yet.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
I roll my little inspiration? Is it a D6?
Yes.
Okay. This one matches the
turn
dice
from,
that I just
like,
rolled.
Super
It's really
intense,
cool.
like-
That was 14. Plus 4 is 18.
Very good. Very good. You plant your feet, and in your head, you.
In my head, I soar to the top, and in real life, I.
No, it's not that bad. But like you are like within microseconds switching between confidence and fear. You were just like, no, I can do this. Can I do this? I can do. I got this. This. You know, all of it conflicting in your head. Plant your feet. You feel this tense moment as Envy's legs start moving forward. The signal for you to leap forward, and you trust, and you reach out with your hands and you jump. Kind of slow motion, fly through this gravityless area, and you manage to catch right there on that lip. Pull yourself up to the top. What you see up there, it's nothing spectacular. You see the metal sphere on the platform. There is an opening that has like beads. It's like a bead, one of those kind of hippie bead doorways.
Bead curtain.
Bead curtain. But otherwise, there's just like a standing area and like a landing, and there's a chair there, and sitting there is a Githyanki, heavily armored, like very heavily armored. Tall, dark and splotchy. Like there's spots of like dark green and dark brown splotchy skin. The ears are long and thin, bald head under the helm. And he kind of looks up and kind of sets down. It seems he's got some papers. He's got like a whole stack of papers, kind of in a leather-bound missive folder, but open that he was going through. And he kind of sets them aside on the ground, and he kind of readies himself. He says, "Congratulations on being the first. Let's see who else joins you, shall we?" And he kind of motions for you to move away from that little landing area, just kind of move back a little bit.
How rude. I don't want to. I want to peek over the edge and wait
He
for
motions,
Envy so I
but
can...
yeah,
I'm going to help him up as soon as he gets close enough.
sure. He doesn't interfere. All right, so Vesta is number 1. All right.
I want to thank everybody, all my fans. I want to thank Envy the most.
Wait. Elbow, wrist, wipe a tear, blow a kiss.
Awesome. All right, Shay, what can you do?
Okay, so I'm looking down the eyes of Killjoy, who just won't let go of the rope of the chain, and she doesn't have a lot left. She's gonna once again cast a verbal spell and a little, only he can hear it, whisper of,
He's not going to make the save again.
yes, I do need to have him make a wisdom saving throw. And before we know the outcome, what does she say? She says, "Can't you see that kindness counts? You're just a bully." And I need him to make a wisdom saving throw.
And remind me what spell this is, just one more time.
It's Dissonant Whispers
Dissonant Whispers.
at 3rd level.
that one's gonna do that because that is a quattro.
A quattro?
A quattro.
Does that mean a 4?
A 4. Yep.
Okay, so he fails. And so on a failed save, he must take. This is hot. This is 3rd level. I just want to make sure I'm right. So 3, 4. Hold on. First level is 3d6. So 5d6 damage. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
Yay! Look at all these dice I get to roll. Ooh, not bad. Okay. Got 8, 10. That's 15, 16 points of psychic damage. And then he must immediately use his reaction to move as far as possible away from me.
Okay. So, damage one more time.
I believe I said, was I say 15 or 16, you guys? 16? 16. I have it right here. 8, 10, 11, 15, 16.
Okay.
16 psychic damage, and he has to move immediately as far away as his speed allows him to from me.
So, reaction. You're above him, right? You're right next to him, but above him, right? Within 5 feet. So, I'm going to give you a chance here. You feel the spell connect. You have his every bit of attention. And you say the words you said, and you notice like it's taking, and you see him, and he's starting to like slow motion, he's starting to reach for his ears. His eyes are wide, and he is slowly pushing away from the chain.
We're 65 feet up?
Mm-hmm. You still have, that was an action, right?
That was my action.
Is there anything else you want to do as this is happening? I mean, it's not like the reaction of running away, but this is an equivalent of he is off the chain, covering his ears, eyes in fright, staring at you.
Knowing what I said to her, could I do something as part of a reaction to seeing him let go of the chain?
I'd say you could say something. So I don't know if you have a reaction, but you could say something.
I don't have anything I could do because even my cantrips are all action. So I don't have a bonus action available to do anything.
Could it just be as simple as pushing him off?
I'd let you push.
Because Lupin or me?
You. It's your turn.
Just my foot gently on his forehead.
Yeah. He doesn't react to the movement, and your foot taps.
It's like we're going back to what's the Christmas movie?
Die Hard, right?
No.
It's kind of Die
one
Hard though.
With the legs and the lamp.
Christmas Story.
Oh.
Christmas Story when he's going up the slide to Santa and Santa just puts his little foot on his face and pushes him down the slide.
Why do we
I'm picturing Die Hard, so it's kind of hard to transition to that. But like,
okay, I love Die Hard. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Big Fifth Element fan, love Die Hard. Okay, sorry, we're going off on a tangent.
Okay.
But
So as your foot connects, it's the simplest, gentlest, just little tap, but with the no gravity around, the no resistance from this figure, spinning, just circular. He's squirming. He's in a fetal position, spinning, not down,
it's for being a bully.
just out. We'll see what happens on his turn.
And then I will casually just look at Lupin with like a little nod of and then keep going up. Like we did it.
All right. So what does the movement get you to?
If I used an action, it would only be 15 feet.
15. Yeah.
Can I? No, because I don't want to take a chance because I don't have Okay. Yep. Just 15 feet.
So what are you at now?
I am at
80.
80. Yep.
80.
Thank you.
Okay. Lisso is going to make. I'm going to keep the roll I did for that before. Lisso is going to, unless someone has a way to interfere, which doesn't seem like anyone does. Lisso is number 2.
really not liking that.
Oh, the roll or what? What we just did?
It's okay. I've done the math. We can let her up.
Envy.
If it starts to look bad, I'll kick her off. You think I'm joking?
Which I think it is
No.
fair to ask just real quick. As she crests the top, do you interfere? Do you do anything?
No.
Me?
No,
I just
Vesta from the
eyeball
top.
her.
Okay. She's looking at you and she kind of gives you like a little bow, like a little congrats.
Uh-huh.
All right, Envy.
So moving up 15 feet put me at 110.
Yep.
I don't have any more misty steps.
Remember from these two chains, it's not super difficult. Like you're pretty confident that you'll be able to do like a 10-foot, like doing a directed jump in this gravity now, especially that you've been in here for a while. Going 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet, you feel like you could do that pretty confidently. That the problem is if you're trying to do longer distances, any like tiny miscalculation at the send off really gets you 20 to 30 feet off of your trajectory towards the top. So like the DC, like this difficult, you're staring this down at 10 feet away.
Okay.
It's not the most difficult.
I'm there to help him.
You see a hand sticking down.
Okay. So I'm gonna try something. You let me know if it doesn't work, because I could do my action again but like there's stuff that's happened in the last round. So I'm gonna look back out and I'm gonna cast Bless at 3rd level, which would get me 3 plus an additional 2 targets.
Wow, and does this count on? Is this on top? It doesn't stack with your emboldened, does it?
Because emboldened doesn't say it's concentration, so I think it's like a peace
Double
domain
bless.
ability class thing.
You're twinning blessing.
I'm twin blessing.
Somebody's done their homework.
Yep.
And with the 5, I'm gonna bless the team.
The
So
team.
I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna get Shay. I'm gonna double bless Lupin. I'll do me and then Calliope, and then I'll look up and like bless Vesta. But I'm so this is where it gets
Shay,
tricky.
Envy, Calliope. Shay, Envy, Calliope. Who else?
Vesta
Vesta
and Lupin.
Okay, Vesta. I took her.
The D6, right?
This is the D4.
Yeah.
Attack rolls,
With this
saving
level?
throws.
D4 for attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay, cool.
Man, lots of buffs. I love some good buffs.
I'm a super buffer. But since I know I can only do this and get to 110 feet, when I get to the last like 5 distance range, I'm gonna like push myself off again.
Do it.
Oh gosh!
Give me that acrobatics or athletics check.
Ah!
You got a hand out waiting for you.
It'd be with advantage since there's a hand.
No, but the following dexterity saving throw
Okay.
would be
So-
influenced.
With oh my gosh, I did it again. With emboldened, 25.
Yeah. Of course. You take your bow and you kind of like I don't know exactly how you do it, but you manage to like leverage it against the chain so you get a better push off. You go Vesta just for flair. I mean, you feel the arm like that. The whole like companion grab where you grab each other on the forearms. You probably didn't need it, but you really wanted to show that you were there to help out, and you pull him up. Anything?
Bonus. Well, I don't think I used the bonus action, but I don't have. I don't think I would do anything right now with it. So, yeah. That's.
Do you say anything to anyone as you take a spot? Again, the Githyanki figure there welcomes you, and you can see he's got like he's picked his notes back up and he's starting to take some notes.
Oh, thanks a lot. Towards Vesta.
And he motions Vesta and says, "Unless you still want to be there, if you don't mind signing your name." And he hands you like a form. But we'll get to that. You can respond how you do that in a bit. Envy, you said you're done?
Yep.
Okay. We do have a hard stop time for tonight. So we are going to have to end tonight's session here. Thank you, everyone who joined. We are very close. We have finalists on the board.
We have 4 spots left.
This thing is finally rounding out, and we will conclude it on our next session. So, if you have not yet, please enter !critical into the chat, and we will draw the second giveaway right now. Well, not right now. I'm going to give you guys a second. Do you guys have anything you would like to say as we wait?
Nightbot has no chill.
Nightbot is on one.
Come on.
There's
Check
a
out our Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord yet, you'll know exactly what we're talking about in the cool GIF I just shared, or GIF, however you pronounce it, of Killjoy being pushed off the chain, according to Christmas Story.
All right, MH Worley, you have won the second giveaway of the night. Find me, Colin FFRPG, on our Discord. Links below, and I'll get your information for a dice send out. Hey guys, thanks a lot for joining. We had a blast. Thank you for being here on your Wednesday night, and I should probably actually prepare for this. We are going to send you on our way. We are going to raid another channel of our friends, probably playing more interesting campaigns just like this. We'll see you back here Friday afternoon for Duke City Chronicles. Y'all have a great evening. Take care.
Good night.